Hi Vivaan! This video is for Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo, that song, the new one. I wrote some tips on your instruction sheet which breaks up the music into several sections. Actually, 4 sections, but the third section is very short. It's only 1 measure long. There's a theme 1, or the main theme, and then the middle part, and then there's a short transition, and then the last part, which is the same as the main theme. So page 1 and page 3 are very similar. Page 3 just has a different ending so that it concludes the song. And page 2 is the middle section, and then the very last measure of page 2 is the transition, sort of a semi-dramatic transition with the interesting pattern, which actually will be a little bit tricky to play. So I will play one section at a time right now. And I haven't had any, I didn't make any tempo suggestion on this yet, because first you need to get the hands in the correct place and read all the notes. As you see, it's a 3-page song, lots of notes in there, so you just have to read each note. So I will play page 1. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first part. The left hand just kind of joins in the right hand. You have a few accidentals, like the right hand C sharp and E at measure 4, and then left hand G and B flat at measure 2 and measure 6. Okay, so be ready to grab the, move your hand to play the black key at those moments. I'll play the first part again, first page. Okay, and there are a few, articulations and some accent signs. You can add those later, but I think the staccato you should probably add now. All right, that's page 1. Next page, second page, the middle theme, contrasting middle part. So here, your right hand is already sort of moving, you have the circle over the second note on your right hand. So it's 1 on D, and then you shift a. So there's already that, right? And then yes, there is a reason why they want you to change the hand position, because at measure 14, you have to already have your thumb ready to play the C. That's the main reason why. Okay, so let me play the page 2. 1, 2, ready, go. That's the end of the second part. The very last measure of the second page, I would like to, bring it up separately. So, well, let's start with page 2, the top 2 lines, because they're sort of, you don't have to change your hand position throughout those 2 lines. Measure 9 through measure 12. Okay. That's the first 2 lines. Oh, pretty straightforward, as long as you get the, as long as you get that hand position change. Okay, so now I will play from measure 13 through measure 17. So the left hand, yes. So the B flat, you still play with the 2. That rhythm, So that slur goes from one measure and continues to the following measure. So make sure you get that articulation well. So the right hand goes. Okay, that's measure 13. And measure 15, left hand moves down. The middle finger goes to the G sharp. And there you have a lot of accidentals. G, E, F sharp, G sharp again, and then B. Okay, so I will play from measure 15 through 17. Okay, so I think measure 13, 14 should be practiced together, and 15, 16, and 17 should be practiced together. So I will play 13 and 14. Okay, that's 13 and 14. Next, I will play 15, 16, and 17. Left hand change position. Okay, so that's the end of the, page 2. So I will now put it all together one more time. Okay, so that's part 2. Or I guess I wrote in your instruction sheet is the theme B. I think I called it a theme B. Okay, now next, measure 18. That's a transition. And this part is, as you can see, there's a circle on the 2, fingering 2, and circle on the 4. So it's a little bit tricky. So A, B flat, G, and then on the A, you play 4, finger 4. So there are 2 separate hand positions. First one is you play with a 2, 3, 1, and then the whole hand shifts down. So that measure you will just have to practice over and over again until you get pretty comfortable with it. And on top of that, it's an 8th note, so you have to go pretty fast. And actually, it's not in your music, but I think it's appropriate to play it one more time an octave lower for an extended transition. If you can do that, that'll be great. But first and foremost, you want to learn how to play exactly A, B flat, G, A, F, G, E, and 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. And keep on practicing over and over again until you got it. It's a very important transition. Okay, so that's the transition. And now let's go to the last page, page 3. Where the theme A comes back and you have like a different ending. Okay, from the beginning. Now you're back to the D minor hand position again. It's that hand position, and sometimes the left hand has to go up and play the B flat, and right hand have to shift, thumb has to stretch out and play the C sharp. Oh yeah, and of course, you remember that the fingering is 1, 2. And you have that one extra note in between, but you stretch, the space between the 2 and 1 finger. And then, so that's a little bit of a stretch, and you reach out. Okay, 1, 2, it's from measure 19. 1, 2, ready, go. So at measure 26, your right hand moves from this position and thumb goes to the A. And the last note, the right hand D, when the left hand is playing the chord, there's a circle 3, fingering number 3 with a circle around it. the reason why they want you to play with your finger 3 is so that you can make it louder. And I think throughout the Piano Adventures book, they want you to play accented staccato note with finger 3 braced with a thumb like that, so that you can make it nice and loud. And when you use 2 fingers with the addition, with the support, a finger with the support of the thumb, you could really get that note very loud. It's a forte with an accent and a staccato, which in reality means you're playing at fortissimo, very loud. So I will play measure 25 to the end. And that's how it ends. So that measure 25, 26, and 27 is the extended ending of the theme A that returns at measure 19. Okay, so that's the whole entire song. I definitely would, just work on page 1. When you got page 1 down, go to page 2. When you got the page 2 down, work on page 3. Work on 1 page at a time. And the editor of this music laid it out so that you can really focus on 1 page at a time, and it's visually clear that those are the 3 different sections of your music. Okay, so good luck. It's a great song. I'm sure you could sing along with it too. It's got the lyrics, so you could definitely sing it. Okay, bye.